Hello. I'm trying something a bit different today. I've been sort of inspired to work on something different and try something different. Crouch Chaos feels like it's at a bit of a standstill, and I feel like I really like Love 2D, the Love framework, but I think I can get things done faster with something else. And there are other things that are as free and open as I want or as I need, such as Defold, which, much like Love, uses Lua. It has been used by King for their mobile games a bunch, and they recently said, alright, it's a separate thing now. You can look at the source code, you can make your own commercial things with it freely, you know. There are other people that are involved in this. So when you go to download the engine, you get to this. Windows gives you just a zip file, not an installer. I went ahead and unzipped it, put it in program files here. So let's start up the engine editor thing itself. Incidentally, I looked in here. There's a huge Java file, 345 megabytes, and then a bunch of JDK stuff, I guess, to run the Java file. Yeah, there's the Java virtual machine. There's a bunch of Windows libraries, a bunch of other libraries for Java, for fonts, for... I know KeyTool is for signing things and for managing like public and private keys. And I think these others are related. That's the bin folder. So yeah, it's starting up here. Config, there's this stuff here. I don't even know what's going on here. There's a README. Java cryptography extension policy files for the Java platform standard edition runtime environment. Yeah, this has to do with the rules about exporting cryptographic algorithms and things. Like the U.S. has laws you can't send software that does certain encryption to places like Iran because it could get in the wrong hands. I think it's a little overzealous and also not going to stop anybody, but there you have it. There's legal stuff. There's just all this stuff about legal issues, I guess. Lib, so libraries, I guess. Source, config, lib. Some pretty small files. There's a jar file, it's 105 kilobytes. A module file, that's 27 megabytes. A DAT file, so just raw data, I guess. taking a little while to start up. I don't remember it taking that long before. Probably it's because I'm recording. Certificates for security, server. Wondering what that is. Yeah. And it's funny because it says on here that good use. Let's see, where was it? Frequently asked questions. I think it was in here. If you hear that, it is currently raining and thundering. Yeah, it says it's written in C, C++, and Clojure, which I forget what Clojure really is, which is interesting given all the Java that we just saw here. More. Alright, that's done loading. And I had looked at, they had for learn here. There's different things they have. There's examples and tutorials, but they're in the actual editor. So it's loaded up here. This is what you're presented with, very sparse. You go to a new project, and you can create something blank, and you create something that's basically blank, but geared towards desktop or mobile or some other kind of thing. Or you can create a new project from a tutorial or from a sample. And I'm guessing, this is as far as I've gotten in looking at things, I'm guessing that the tutorials are more simple and have things laid out in a more easily understandable way, whereas the samples are more sort of slick and professional. But I was going to go through one or more of the tutorials and just sort of give my first real impressions of the engine and the experience of it. And I saw on here that you will need an editor, so good thing I have an editor I like. It even mentioned somewhere about editor introduction examples. Wow, it's taking a long time to load. Okay, so I'm guessing this is Defold code exported to HTML5 environment. And that's what this is supposed to be. But anyway, I didn't look at this before. Side scroller, that's, well, realistic using vectors, simple vector algebra. I do not know vector math. I wonder if it will teach me vector math. I know algebra. I know linear, quadratic, kind of higher level algebra. Let's look at this. Side scroller tutorial. Sure. Let's put this under C main game. C users main repos games. And create. Let's see how long that takes. Oh, he has to download it. Okay. But yeah, I saw a thing saying that for the tutorials, I think it was on screen and I scrolled past it, that they have a it opens a README project, README file in the project root. And you just follow along the text that it has. It's downloading a lot of stuff. Oh boy, is that a lot of stuff. Yeah, this is one of the things that I liked about Love. You would not have like a dozen or let alone like dozens of files or hundreds of kilobytes, let alone hundreds and hundreds of megabytes just for a simple little project. This says it's fast. That will remain to be seen. So far, it's not super fast compared to Love, but that's loading. That's not actually running that thing. Alright, so we got a central pane and some other panes. Sure. I don't know why the OpenJDK will need to phone home, but sure, let's allow it access. Alright. It'll take about 10 minutes. Controls the spaceship. It's supposed to collect stars. You set it for you, so you need to build and run the game to try it. Game currently is not much fun. You can easily improve. Okay, I thought it was gonna have me like type from scratch. Yeah. Let's see. Got a tree view of assets. Got this whole integrated editor of. Let's see, what are the options it gives? Referencing files, dependencies, preferences. Build server for extensions. That's all curve editor. Interesting. It is not responding. Oh. Am I going to get a tooltip? Tell me what this does before I click it. I am not going to get a tooltip. I have no idea what these do. This was the problem I had with Godot. Unlabeled icons. Yeah, I have. Do I need to select something and then press the button? Filters. Collision shapes, GUI bounce, GUI shapes, GUI. Close that. Earth-like planet. It worries me that it takes this long to open up a PNG. Like, I assume it's not a very big file. Oh, it's opening it with photos for some reason. That's why. Windows Photos app thing is garbage. I don't know why I was trying to open it with photos that time instead of in the editor. Does anything happen if I right click on these? Yes. Interesting. All these new objects you can make. I would make it so that you can drag a file over there. It could not open, not map to an application in your OS. Why can't it? Oh, the thing I clicked before is background.atlas. That's why. But why can't I can open text in this editor, right? Why can't I open an image file? I'm trying to close this. If this is crashing, I am going to be upset. Okay, it feels frozen. Anything that I click on here does nothing. Now, I'm still guessing that this is because I'm recording. However, if I can't record myself working on my game, that's a little bit of a deal breaker because I want to show people what I'm doing. Even if people aren't really watching. I like having a record of it, and I like being able to show people later if someone does get interested. And this isn't a very good computer, I know that. But okay, yeah, it's really not responding. I'm doing close window and it's doing nothing. You're gonna need Ramp Task Manager. Open JDK platform binary. Install the exe32-bit. Yeah, I was uninstalling a thing. And OBS Studio 2. Oh, FFmpeg Mux. Yeah. JDK. Give it one more chance. Yeah, it's gone. It's not using that much of the CPU. Power usage very high. Anyway. Oh, that may have to be it. I may have to look at this offline. Or off camera, rather. Now it's going to take forever and a day to load back up. What can we do in the meantime? Oh, I updated negative space a bit more. Got it to a final state that I like. Really, I just added a high score feature. But yeah, something like this. I took a month to make it, which was what I was given. That was the parameter for the game jam. But I think I could have knocked it out in a good bit less if I had like a proper engine. And then I could have spent more time polishing it. Like, there's no audio. I could have spent some extra time on that. Yes. The locked mouse. Just like some basic PPUs for the firing would be nice. Or I could have gone back and dealt with the projectiles that go through objects, which I discovered with a couple days left, and I really didn't have. Yeah, it shouldn't be going through all that with one shot. Shouldn't be doing that. Oh, I'm dead. And that is still loading. It's got a little blue bouncing bar on the bottom. 2009 through 2020. Huh. I have not seen your YouTube channel. take a look at Crutch Chaos, shall we? My my magnum opus, if you want to call it that. Yeah, I suppose it is my great work so far. Certainly the project I put the most time in. And I fell through the floor. Nope. Rip. Oh yeah. Let's see what it... Let's check the files outside of the editor here. See what it deposited. Is that get ignore? Okay. Game.project readme.md. Recent projects. Open. Stars. Stars. Visualizing editor. Bonus star. Jeez. Spaceship.script. Spaceship.go? That's going to confuse people programming in Go. Well, it could. Main.collection, main.go, main.gui, main.gui script, main.script. Yeah. I don't know. Where's the Lua? None of these are a .lua. Why? I'm guessing there's Lua code in those files in the main folder. I don't know why it's divided up into like 5 files. File edit. Normal view. Yeah. projects, build, rebuild, build HTML5, bundle for Android, macOS, Windows, Linux, HTML5, rebundle, fetch libraries for web editors, target, local engine, debug, start/attach with F5, okay. Break, step over, step into, step out, attach debugger, stop debugger, open web profiler, simulate resolution. Okay. Wow, I did not realize early iPhones had such low resolution. My first smartphone was like 720p, but that was just a couple years ago. Wait, really? Phone 6, 7, and 8 Plus is 414 by 736. Oh, viewport resolutions. Native resolution 640 by 960. Yeah, okay, 640 by 762. What? I don't know what I'm going through all these pointless little lists. Help. About. I always like looking at that. Is it gonna try it and open it externally? Is it gonna? Oh, geez, it's gonna crash again, isn't it? Or freeze? Nope. Assets. Built-ins. Jeez. Spaceship.script. Built-ins. So these are. That's not listed here, so I guess that is built-in functions. Just the ones that happen to be used, because it can't be all of them in the engine, can it? I don't know. Maybe it is. Spaceship.script. Okay, this is the Lua code. I kind of like this font, but I kind of don't. There's some parts that are a bit too small, or are relegated to just hinting rather than a full pixel. So like 1 or like 0.3 pixels. Dot where input focus. Let's see. Playback loop con using the in-out sign. Update self dt. Okay, so these are methods. They're defined with a colon. You take self. I don't know why locals are red and are local function if. Okay, so those are keywords that are red. Operators are also red, except period isn't. Parentheses aren't. Parentheses are sometimes. Ah, jeez. I don't understand the rules of the syntax highlighting on this. Local go.get position. What is this go structure? Go.set. Animate. On input self action ID action. Hash of up. Okay, that's one way to approach enums. Just have a function that you pass a string to, and it returns whatever sort of object is what you mean by that string. But that could be hard to set up for complicated structures. Well, okay, so if I want to run it, project build and run. Seeing how long it takes. It's half a minute. It's 3/4 there. This isn't exact seconds, but it's 1 minute, or maybe that's 70 seconds. I don't know. I lost count. Oh, we got console output. We got a window here. Another thing wants to phone home. This looks pretty slick. So what do I use? Arrow keys? Okay, so the animation that I was talking about was for it wobbling like this. Man, this is slow. Move speed is pretty linear. There's a slight like bounce to the number when it changes. It gets bigger and then it shrinks back down. Got several different planets that go by. I'm not in love with the design of the spaceship, but I respect it. Alright, what does it want me to do to modify this? Oh, you can update it live. Okay. Well, great. Well, I guess since I built it once, I hopefully won't need to do it again. I wonder what it does for debugging. Like, struggling to think of debuggers other than GDB. I know lots of things have some kind of built-in debugger. Alright, yeah, this is coming up quicker. Is it going to pause? It did not pause. Open spaceship.script. Word space to searching among, yeah. Open button. Oh, that's to find spaceship.script, yeah. Max speed 60 to max speed 150. Okay. Yeah, they realized it was too slow. So is it lerping the speed or speed plus speed times dt? It's less than min y equals min y. It's greater than max y, then max y. Oh, that's for position bounding. Yeah, this use of dots as a, I guess the player, or I don't know. I don't like it because dot is an operator in the language, and if it's not used as an operator, then I would think current directory, which might be what it means here, but I don't know, man. Like, it's separator between table and field. It's part of a floating point number. It's current directory. It's punctuation in a sentence. Adding another meaning to period. And yeah, I'm picking at syntax. I do that. That's I I just do that. Okay. Alright, change max speed. Was it max y or min y? Max speed. Oh, 150. And then save. Reload with file hot reload. $97.99 there. Alright, yeah, that's a sensible move speed. It's like about the same speed that the stars are moving. The collectible stars, not the dot stars. Okay. That one gets 1 point. More squares, more fun, so let's fix that, yeah. Start out script. Stars. Start out script. Yeah, I don't like, there's start out script, start out go, pick up that part, oh, that's purple flex. Factory.script, factory.go. Bonus start out script. Jeez. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of this is not, you know, boilerplate. This is just separating code into multiple files, but jeez, does it really need to be that many? Like, I have a game that's a lot bigger than this. Like, conceptually. That's like 6 files. How many main code files does Clutch Chaos use? So main, player, spawn, enemy interaction, util, SHC. Well, yeah, it's mainly these 4 with a little bit in these 2. This one brought in, this one used, oh, I forgot inbox. Okay, so main inbox, player, spawn, enemy interactions. So that's 5. 2 smaller ones, 6, 7. One that's brought in, kind of smaller, 8. One unnecessary one for profiling. One just for configuration, just a little side one. So 10 code files. But really like 7 to 9. I don't know. There might be less than that many total actual code files. I don't know what these Go files are. File start.script. Can I change the font? I can increase the font size. That's a little more readable, but it's per file. I just want to change the font to Consolus because that's what I like. This is similar to Consolus, but it's not Consolus. Is this Courier? This can't be Courier New. This has got to be like Deja Vu Sans or something. Now, Deja Vu Sans is what... I don't know what the heck this is. Score 1, speed, negative 240. Okay. Go down, get position. X times dt. I kind of glossed over that, but it uses dt as a delta time variable for the change in time since the last frame that was drawn. So I don't need to memorize a new concept for that or a new name for that, so that's good. Main pound GUI. Add score amount equals score. This message.post thing is like a way of sending data around. Particle effects.play pickup. Again, using the pound sign is an operator in Lua to denote the length of something or the last item of something. And it seems like they're using it in another way here. Because that could be what it means here, but it's in the middle here. It's an infix operator, so I'm guessing they mean like look at the main table, whatever has the hash of GUI, because this is also known as a hash mark. But I don't know. All right, what do they want me to change? Local score equals 1 to local score equals 1,000. I think I'm going to set it to 10. File hot reload. That's what it wants me to do, right? Well, there's an outline on those numbers. And bonus stars. More interesting, bonus stars would appear now and then. Or maybe I have need to create a new game object file, which will work as a blueprint for the new type of star. New game object file. Right click stars. New game object. Yeah, this is getting into like it's kind of neat to have all this, but I kind of would rather just code like, and I'm sure, and all of these are code is the thing, but well, I mean, some of them are like have a lot of data involved, but new game object, bonus star. Bonus star.go. Oh, for game object. That's what the Go files are. There's sprite component to the game object. Right-click the root of the outline view and select component. Add component sprite. This allows you to attach graphics to bonus star. Wait, what? Outline. Click the root of the outline view. Oh. Add component sprite. You couldn't give me a toolbar? I know. Toolbars were so yesterday, but still. Access through right-click menus is not bad. I like options. Okay. Item called sprite. Clicked. Properties are displayed in the properties view below. So I currently has no graphics stats, so you can do that. Image. Yeah, I already didn't read that part, but I figured it out. Property stars die atlas. Default animation to bonus star. Whoa. Okay. Like, I like bright green, but dang. Green star. No, there's just green. I don't know if it's too zoomed in or what. Yeah, it was way too zoomed in. F key or select view frame selection if the view of the star is not very good. Okay. Frame selection. Okay. Collision object component to the game object. Right click the root game object in the outline and select add component collision object. Select the bonus stars collide with other game objects. Select player spaceship. It's necessary so the player can gather the bonus stars as well as ordinary stars. It's not telling me how to create any of these, it's just telling me to add them. And it's good to know how to add them, but it's not that unintuitive. Okay, right click the root game object. Go to add component collision object. Or collision something. ID URL. Collision shape. Dynamic, kinematic, static trigger. Mass, friction, restitution, whatever that is. Otherwise, restitution editor scripts. Really helpful. Doesn't tell me what restitution is. I mean, granted, if they had to explain like mass and friction, it's like, oh, geez, how do you do that? Well, mass is, yes, you would say, you would describe it in terms of inertia, because that's really the practical effect of mass. But then, I don't know. You can just say how heavy it is. Yeah, how heavy this object is. Friction, how much this object resists moving alongside other objects. But then again, I like to think I'm good at writing short pieces of text. Alright, I got a collision object. What next? Collision object in the outline view to show its properties. Type property kinematic. Collision object file the game object belongs to. Collision object select add shape sphere. Change the collision objects to define its boundary as far as collisions are concerned. That makes sense. Scale tool in the toolbar and use the scale handle to resize the sphere. The scene view until it reasonably covers the star. You can also select the diameter property directly in the properties view. Okay. Give me a handle on what this does, how this, yeah. That's good enough. Edit the diameter directly in the properties view. Oh, I see. Diameter 62. Like the root game object and outline view again. Component file. So script style. Script file bonus star.script. Script moves the bonus stars. Okay. So points for catching them. Okay, so as it is now, wait a minute. Is it gonna display anything for those yet? No. So I added this sprite, this collision object, but all the actual spawning, creating a bonus star factory, jeez. Okay. Blueprint for a game object containing graphics. Collision logic moves the star and reacts to collision with the script. Yeah, I don't like how the script is the component file is like a subordinate to the star. Like I would think the script of the function or the functions would be the bigger overall thing. But okay, bonus start.script. Open that. I want to see what that is. Again with the negative speed. 5,000 points. Wow. Reset to 50. Position. Speed times dt. It's less than negative 32 and then delete. Okay, so go. It's game object. So, but I don't know why it's not operating on self or like game object must be a reference to the parent, right? Again with the infix pound operator of some style. Single key and value table that is passed as an argument to this function. Main pound GUI add score amount equals score. Okay, so that's all in place. And yeah, that's still not showing up, so it does need the factory, as it calls it. Factory components are responsible for making sure game objects are ready to appear in the game. For your new bonus stars, you need to create a factory. File factory.go. This game object file contains the script and a factory. Boogaloo 1. So that's score.font. Game input finding. What am I looking for? Factory.go. It's under stars. Because it's Star Factory, right. It's a game object. Star Factory, Star Factory, Star.go, Star Factory script, Factory.script. Monster.script, Monster.go. Let's see, bonus probability, min x, max y, or min y, max y. Subset timer equals 1 over frequency, and deterministic, and receive 0. I mean, sure. Don't know why there's a thing commented out there. Decrement timer. Timer's less than 0. Yeah. Yeah, this is familiar. When the timer is up, timer equals 1 over frequency. P equals go.get position. P.y equals vmath.lerp of math.random and y max y. Yeah. Factory.create component P. Okay, what's component? Oh, component pound star factory. Okay. Which is URL, whatever, of this. And this is just an ID URL prototype star.go. Right? Yeah. Okay, clicking this triangle again doesn't make that list go away. I don't like that. Okay, so that's making me like not understand like main pound GUI. So pound GUI is a reference to GUI stuff. So I guess under main, right? Oh. I think I know now. It's gonna have me uncomment where it says bonus factory. Is there no way to? Okay, you can use a scroll wheel to scroll through the tabs. Could also just maximize and see more of them. Set the new factory components ID property to bonus factory. Wait, where? It's factory.go. Yeah, so like having that in there doesn't spawn them yet still. So setting, does it like lower the priority of game when you tab away, or no? I don't think so. Maybe that's just a Windows thing. It sort of softly lowers it. Okay, so file factory.go, add a secondary. Wait, did I already do this? Add a secondary component, factory component to it. Create game object, select component factory. Set the ID to bonus factory. Yes. Prototype to bonus star. Bonus star.go, yeah. So the prototype that it's using as a template for what to create is this game object that has bonus star. Modify the factory script. SW is make sure the factory game object starts creating the bonus stars by modifying the script. Yep. So it starts to appear roughly 20% of the time. Now I need to restart the game. Okay, so that's... Are both of those bonus stars? I'm a little colorblind. Yeah, I'm not seeing any obvious bonus stars, so I'm going to do... It said, fail to reload resources. Okay. Go to project build. Oh, yep. There's a bonus star. It's bigger. Alright. Well, that sure was a tutorial. I'm not really sold on all these make this file, make that file, make this game object, add these properties to this game object, and that's how you connect things up. But I'll think about it some more. I think I'll try doing another tutorial that we're looking at a sample that goes into this more. Might look at the API documentation stuff. But for now, 'tis late. The hour 'tis late. And I feel like that's a decent introduction. If you feel like this is something that's up your alley, please. I encourage you to do it, try it out. More people making games is not a bad thing. You can do it. This walks you through it. It doesn't walk you through creating the actual code, but you know. Within this game.project. Bootstrap, library, script, engine, display, physics, jeez, so much stuff. This blank update function though, and on message. Step post at system colon. I'm just gonna look over this a little bit more. Let's see. Yeah. Outline, shadow. Oh, you can just do outlines as a font property. That's interesting. Or a property of a font in a given place. And that game object. Did I already? Main dot GUI. Right. Collection. Done. Object name GUI. Yeah. I see. Main dot GUI script. Dot score equals 0, so if that score node, node score. And scale down self node. S equals 1.0 GUI diameter. Vector 4 SSX 0 easy out 0.05. Unmessage self message ID message sender. Actually add message ID add score and 1.2 1.2. Message down amount. And back here when it says when there's amount equals score, that's what it's passing in. Main pound GUI. GUI script. Main.game object. URL GUI. So in the main file, right? Except this isn't main.script, this is main.GUI script. Why do they have a whole other extension just for that? Main.GUI, main.script, main.GUI script. What? Why? What kind of logic leads you to having 3 different files with 3 different extensions just for that? Or if you want to say, okay, the GUI is, separate. Okay, why is it not part of main.GUI? Why is it not part of main.GUI script? And yeah, the main.GUI is, I guess, a game object, but there's already main.game object. Why could it not be in there? GUI is apparently its own type of game object because it's got a different icon, I guess. I don't know. Just move that over there so I can select this. Okay, I can't select this. Is there snapping? There is no apparent snapping, but can do that. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like maybe GUI says no. I was thinking maybe adding pound GUI to main, adding main before pound GUI in the thing here specifies main.GUI script. Says it's main, starts with main, and it's the GUI script, but I don't know if I believe that. What is main.script? It doesn't take any messages. Does it send any messages? Sends a system message. I don't know what the heck that might be. Action ID. That's how I will. Pressed. Top profile. Not true. Otherwise, it's okay. Okay. If it's this, or if it's anything that's other than this, then return false. Because the return value of what it does when it gets input matters, I guess. It sets x self.score node to string self.score. A lot of arguments to that, to this GUI.animate function. Something else in that collection. Okay, so the main stuff is not actually main, it's just sort of overarching as far as the presentation goes. So game.project, I guess, is kind of what's, I don't know, game.input finder. And I'm expecting this, okay, pretty GUI. Triggers, gamepad triggers, touch triggers, text triggers. Yeah. Fonts, stock, yeah. Spaceship. I feel like Spaceship is the main game thing. Step post, dot, query input focus. Okay, I don't know what dot is still. I'm thinking a lot of this stuff is built-ins here. Manifest. Materials, yeah. render scripts. Yeah, that's not doing anything. Yeah, I feel like there's some scripting going on that I haven't looked at, but it's I don't know. I think I'm gonna call that it though. Quit without saving, yes, because I am not going back to this. What I am going to do is go to bed. And I will try to be back with more explorations of engines and technology and such and such. And I do intend to work on a new game. I do intend to start that in the next couple days to a week. Maybe a little farther out. But I intend to settle at least within like 10 days from now on new um, a new engine, or maybe just go back to Love. I don't know. Given the experience that I have with it and how much I don't need to write from scratch now. But for right now, thanks for watching. I didn't do this muted again, did I? I did not. Okay, good. Goodbye.